Okay, lesson 18 is, it is going to be a bit longer to be perfectly honest, but it really does allow you to manipulate the sprites and animations in a more, I guess, personalized or individual way. So, you have more control over the interactions of the sprites. So what we have is we just have a code given to us where the giraffe collides or touches the monkey, and then the monkey also ends up moving towards the right, same as the giraffe. Okay, so what you're asked to do is kind of figure out some sort of combination of these 5 different codes to maybe come up with a way to program that. And you know, if you think about it, well, we probably want to use this touching. Giraffe is touching the monkey. It looks like they're using the x velocity. The giraffe already has the x velocity set to a number, so maybe you could do something like, if they're touching, change the monkey's x velocity to something else. Okay, so that's one way to do it. There are a lot of different ways to do it, but that's something we wanted you to start considering. Okay, next we're going to look at 6, and Puzzle 6 is going to have you start looking. I think you already done that in the past also, but you're going to start looking to see how the different sprites now interact. So what we have essentially is we have a displace block. Where is it? It's right here. The parrot displaces the penguin, so once the parrot and the penguin is touching, the parrot displaces the penguin. Okay, what we want to do is have you try out the different ones. So instead of parrot displacing the penguin, let's try collide. And let's type in parrot collides with penguin. Okay, let's go and reset and run it. And now it's colliding. Parrot collides with the penguin. Well, it's interesting. What happens if you switch it around? Penguin collides with parrot. Okay, hopefully you guys noticed the difference between the two. I'm not going to say it outright. You could replay it or try it out on your own, but hopefully you noticed the difference. The next thing I want to show you is now the bounce. So instead of doing this, let's actually use the text rather than replacing the code each time. I just want to show you this to maybe see if you want to start typing the code rather than using the block. It's not a big deal if you want to continue using the block. We're really focused on creating the game. However, what I can do is simply just type in bounce here rather than switching the blocks. I'm going to reset and run, and now they bounce off of each other. I'm sorry, they bounce away from each other. And finally, we're going to do the bounce off block. And you're going to notice that one bounces off the other. If we switch it, you're going to notice it going the other way around. Okay, so the order, the sequence of the variables you choose matters as well. Okay, so that's number 6. Really make sure you follow along and see what the differences are. You could always go to, I think, 17. 17, you know, once you're done with all of it, 17 does go over the differences between the 4 different interactions. Let's take a look now at number 8. Number 8. Here you're asked to look at the code, understand that the interactions are not remembered, so each time you program it, you do have to program it correctly. What you want to do is the turtle moves with the arrow key. That's already programmed for you guys here. It's not supposed to be able to walk through the tree, so something's wrong with the code. So what I mean by that is right now, the turtle could go behind the tree. We don't want it to be able to go behind the tree. So what can we do? Well, let's take a look at the code. Run the code we just did. Let's try to make the turtle collide with the tree, and it does go through the tree. But interestingly, let's look at the code. We have the turtle and the tree set. We have this code, turtle collides with tree. So I'm wondering why it doesn't work. We have the codes. This is just if we press left, right, up, and down, it moves the turtle. Then we draw the sprite. I'm not going to do this for you guys in this video, but we have the Clyde code. Think about where, or the sequence of where this block should be. That's going to be your biggest hint. Okay, so you're going to want to fix that in number 8. Okay, and then towards the end of the program, you're going to be creating your own game. Goes number 16. This is mine. I shared it in the previous lesson. You know, we talked about why the corners were messed up, and I realized it's because I wasn't done with this yet. But try to have at least one of these different aspects in your game. I might have gotten some of it confused with the previous video because I'm doing it all at one time. But try to have some of these interactions. It'll make your game more interesting. And again, that debugging is really going to be helpful. So make sure you kind of turn on the debugging. You just do that by going to, you know, putting in the code, the variable.debug is true. Okay, that way you can kind of see where the collision detectors are. All right.